Hey credit warriors, well my annual fee just posted on my Amex Platinum card and I thought it was about time that I did the math and figured out whether it's still worth it and should I keep it, cancel it, or downgrade it. And no amount of flowers or squiggly lines can distract me from the cold hard fact of, is it making me money or is it costing me money? So since we have such a hefty annual fee, let's work through the coupon book, the benefits, and figure out how much we are offsetting that annual fee by. Now, American Express provides this very handy breakdown of all the credits that you get on their site. And you can see that if you use them all, it works out at $1,573. But I think very few people will actually be able to use them all, and a lot of people will probably use them, but use them on things that they wouldn't have spent money on anyway, so that doesn't really count. Thus, as I work this out, I'm gonna give you two columns, okay, for adding up these credits that I'm using. One is the logical column, okay, this is the stuff that I would have spent money on anyway, and the other is gonna be the stuff that I'm only spending money on because I have the card. I'm calling that the illogical column. So first up, we have the $200 hotel credit. Here's how that works. Get $200 back in statement credits each year on prepaid fine hotels and resorts or the hotel collection bookings with American Express Travel when you pay with your Platinum card. So remember this, if you book through the hotel collection, you have to stay 2 nights in order to get the benefits and the credit, otherwise you get nothing, all right? Don't make that mistake. And if you book through the fine hotels and resorts collection, you only need to stay 1 night to get all those benefits and the credit. I've actually already used this credit for the year, booking the Bellagio in Vegas for 1 night. The cost for a fountain view room was $299, so I get back the full $200, and thus I get a room at a really luxurious hotel for $99. Kind of, although technically not because I already paid for it in the annual fee. So that makes it into the logical column and the illogical column. In the illogical column, by the way, I'm including all my spending, so it's the credits that I would have used anyway, plus the ones that I would not have used if I didn't have the card. All right, now let's go and have a look at the digital entertainment credit. That's the next credit on our list. Here's how that works. Get up to $20 back each month on eligible purchases at 1 or more of Peacock, New York Times, Audible, or SiriusXM when you pay with your Platinum card. Enrollment required. $20 is received in the form of a statement credit. Now, I use this credit for SiriusXM, which I have been a subscriber for many, many years, okay? I listen to it in the car all the time. So this is not something that I'm just using just because I have the Amex Platinum card, okay? So it is a genuine saving, and thus I'm gonna put that into both columns, okay? Logical and illogical. All right, now we have the Equinox benefit, which is $300 back on your Equinox gym membership. Now, the nearest Equinox gym is over an hour away from me, and I'm not really interested anyway, so this is not something that I'm gonna be using. To be honest, the main workouts I'm doing right now are pull-ups and straight arm hangs on my Beastmaker 1000, and then I'm going skiing like once a week. That's enough workouts for me, guys. Next, we have $179 credit for Clear, which is kind of like a fast lane at the airport. Now, my TSA pre-check has expired. I won't be able to renew it in time for my trip to Vegas, so today I did actually enroll in Clear. Now, even though this will be super convenient, I don't think I would have applied for it if I didn't have the Platinum card, okay? Because I only travel maybe 3 to 4 times a year. Half of that time, I'm in business class where I get fast track security and all those kind of things anyway. So you're really talking only 1 or 2 uses per year. I don't think I would have signed up for it if it wasn't for the card, and thus it's gonna go in the second column. Next up, we have the $200 airline credit. But before we talk about that, if you're into using credit cards to collect points, miles, cashback, etc., you probably find it a little bit of a headache keeping track of all your cards, and thus I can recommend the app Max Rewards. It pools data on all your cards, even if they're from different issuers, in one app. Balances, points balances, upcoming bills, etc. It also tells you which card to use in what category and at what local business to get the Max Rewards in the forms of points and cashback. If you have the gold version of Max Rewards, it even activates your Amex offers for you. It adds them to the card so that you never miss a deal. Sometimes you might even come home and get an email and say that you've saved some money without even realizing it. And guys, if you want a free month of Max Rewards Gold, you can check out my link below, or you can just download the app and check out the free features, of which there are many. All right, so next up we have the airline credit. First of all, here's how to use it. Select one qualifying airline and then receive up to $200 in statement credits per calendar year when incidental fees are charged by the airline to your card or any of the additional cards on your Platinum card account. Now, this is a tricky one. I have American Airlines selected as my airline, and I will be flying them in economy to Vegas very soon. However, the credit has become incredibly hard for me to use. I already get free checked bags on domestic flights because I'm a British Airways bronze member, okay, and that counts for American Airlines, okay, so checked bag fees are one of the things that a lot of people use this credit for. Then American Airlines isn't currently selling food on board in economy, okay? So you can't spend it on board. In-flight Wi-Fi doesn't count because it's charged by a different company. So it's very hard for me to find opportunities to use it. I may be able to use it for Admiral's Club lounge access, but Admiral's Club is really so-so, and I'm more enthusiastic about checking out the new Centurion Lounge at Las Vegas Airport, okay? Much more appealing to me. So I guess I probably will find a way to use it, but it's most likely going to be something that I would not have done unless I had this card, okay? Probably going to an Admiral's Club or something like that. So I'm going to put this in the second column, the column that includes the credits both I have used without the card and used just because I had the card, and we're now up to $819. Next, we have the Uber credit, and here's how that works. Platinum card members get $15 in Uber cash for orders with Uber Eats or rides with Uber in the US each month, plus a bonus $20 in December. That can be up to $200 in annual Uber savings. Now, this is something that I really do use. I use it every month. And even if I didn't have the Platinum card, okay, maybe I wouldn't use Uber Eats, but I might use some other delivery service, okay, because I'm quite busy. I don't always have time to cook, so at least once a month, I would definitely use some kind of food delivery service, okay? So because of this credit, I'm using Uber Eats. I'm definitely getting value out of it, so I'm gonna add it to both columns. Thus, the logical column is now up to $640, and the illogical column is up to $1,019. Next, we have the Walmart Plus credit, and this is the weirdest benefit to me. It seems American Express thinks that its customers work out at Equinox gyms, subscribe to the New York Times, whiz through the airport with Clear, and yet they still shop at Walmart. Anyway, I signed up for Walmart Plus. I've been getting my membership fees refunded each month, but I've only used it once since I signed up, and the thing that I bought broke anyway, so I haven't used it again. So this is definitely going in the illogical column, which means we're at $1,174 in that column, and we're still at $640 in our logical column. And now finally, we have the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit. Here's how that works. Get up to $100 in statement credits annually for purchases at Saks Fifth Avenue or Saks.com on your Platinum card. That's up to $50 in statement credits from January through June, and up to $50 in statement credits from July through December. No minimum purchase required, enrollment required. Now, I used to buy these $65 Palm Angel socks and get $50 back, okay? They're really nice socks. But now the $65 socks have gone up to $95. I don't know where Palm Angels are getting their inflation figures from, but inflation is currently running at 7.5% year over year, but they've jacked up the price by 90%. Anyway, I'm not spending $95 on socks because that means I would be $45 out of pocket. I mean, they're really good socks, but $45 is $45. And the Saks credit is like that in general, okay? Some years we use it for Christmas gifts and people see the gifts and they're like, oh wow, you went to Saks. But you know, we wouldn't be shopping there if we didn't have the Platinum card, because everything there is kind of overpriced. So this is definitely going in the illogical column. And that takes us to $1,274 in that column, leaving us still just at $640 in the logical column. So if I want to impress all my friends, I can say, look, I got $1,274 in value out of the Platinum card, but that includes a load of things that I wouldn't have bought or wouldn't have spent money on if I didn't have the card. So really, the actual savings from the credits are $640, which offsets the $695 annual fee, bringing it down to $55. But hold on, there's more. Since I booked the Bellagio through the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, there's actually a $100 food and beverage credit that I get through the booking that if I use, that will give me an extra $100 in value, bringing us to positive $45. And then on top of that, there's also room upgrades and things like that. Then there's the points that I've earned on the card. We haven't even talked about how many points I've earned. On the Platinum, I've probably earned about 10,000 points over a year of spending. So it's not actually that much. Most of my spending is done through the Gold card, and then I probably use the Platinum to redeem. I've earned over 100,000 points on the Gold card this year. Okay, that's my balance right there. And then on top of that, we have lounge access and we have the car rental benefits that I use, etc. And some of these things are kind of hard to qualify, but once we're positive on the annual fee, which we are, all of these things are just added benefit. So I can confidently say, guys, that the Amex Platinum does genuinely pay for itself for me, in 2022. You guys can go through the process I went through, do the math, work it out for yourself, logical, illogical, see where you stand. There's also one more thing worth noting, and this isn't gonna matter for this year, but as of 2023, you will need to spend $75,000 a year to have free guests in the Centurion Lounge, okay? Otherwise, you've gotta pay for authorized user cards and give your guests an authorized user card. Now, if you want free guests in 2023, you do have to actually do that $75,000 worth of spending in 2022, so this year, and there is now a little bar that fills up on the website that you can track your spending for it. So this year, I won't be taking that into account, but when I do this still worth it video for the Amex Platinum next year, that is something that we're gonna be thinking about, because there's a lot of opportunity cost in putting spending on the Platinum, because it only earns 1 point per dollar on most things, except for airfare and prepaid hotels through Amex Travel, okay, where it earns 5x. So actually, most of my American Express spending is on the gold card. You can see I've earned like 100,000 points on my gold and only like 10,000 points on my platinum. So you can see where my spending's at. All right, guys, that is the video. Thank you so much to Max Rewards for sponsoring. You get a free month of Max Rewards Gold down below. Do check it out. Also, I'll put the link to the Amex Platinum if you want to check that out too. As always, please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.